Let's go fishing.
Let's go fishing.
I'm on a mission.
I'm on a mission.
It's so pretty, I'd sure hate to waste this chance. We'll find a shady little spot, not too cool, not too high.
Guys, you want to become a better angler? Go along the bank and watch the bank fishermen fish for specks, especially specks and crappie. They really know their stuff about finesse fishing. I mean, it's just they haven't got a boat, you know, to go out and do everything, and they've got to make good of where they're sitting. And if you watch them, they got that gift of where they can still catch fish off the bank in one certain place. They don't use no electronics. You know, they don't really know what's underneath there. But if you watch them throw out there and just kind of barely jig or use minis, and they know how deep to get the minis. And this young man here is getting down. He's catching fish and getting down, having a good time. You know, that's the best part about fishing, guys. It's for all ages. Anybody can do it. And but yeah, it's just they just got an knack for it. And if you need bait, stop there at GARRARD's, guys. You can get all your bait, live bait, shiners, minis, whatever, worms, crickets, whatever you need, guys. They got them there at GARRARD's Tackle Shop in Okeechobee.
Pick him up on the
But here this young man's got a nice one on. He just dancing there a little bit ago and pulled in a big one. I mean, it was about 13. It was a nice fish. I mean, nice big old crappie. And this old timer here, he was down there along the dock fishing. And I watched him. He caught 15 that morning. 15 dandies that morning off the dock there. So that's what I say. You don't need a boat. You stop in there at GARRARD's Tackle. I mean, they'll set you up to fish from the bank.
Yeah.
There's all kind of places you can fish. Horny Pond, Tanny, underneath the bridges, just anywhere along the bank. Because the crappie are coming in now. They're up in the... Look how thick that is. That young man's getting ready to pluck this fish out. I mean, it is thick. You can't hardly get a jig down in there, but he does. I mean, he gets it down in there and he's pulling them out. I mean, he's pulling them out right and left. They're along the boats. But yeah, he just, yeah, you don't need a boat. Sometimes you can just go down and fish. I mean, just get you some tackle and down along the bank, or get you some minis or get some jigs. You know, I prefer just using bobbers and minis to relax along there. But them guys right there, you watch them, they're getting down the thickest of the thick, pulling them fish out. And they all had fish. I mean, they all had fish in their buckets. You know, they're just good at it. But you see look at how thick that vegetation is back here. That's how it used to be out in the lake, and you could go out there and get down the holes in the lake, but it's not there. Here I'm getting ready to go underneath the bridge and watch these guys catch fish. Now you talk about some talented anglers. These guys right here on this side of the bridge, I was watching them. They're using a have 2 jigs on, and they're throwing it out there and just bringing it in very slow and twitching it. And if you watch them, I watched them real close, and they're not only going with the feel, but they're watching that line. If that line twitches at least a little bit, and the wind was blowing hard, but they still was catching fish, especially 2 of them there. They were really good. One guy's there all the time, and he's an excellent bank fisherman. But yeah, they were just dragging them in. You can see how hard that wind's blowing. I don't know how they was doing it. This guy here was using a bobber rig and 2 jigs. He was throwing out there and just dragging that bobber real close, real slow across the water. And he'd watch that bobber. If it moved at least a little bit, man, he put the steel to him. Look here at the fish this guy's got. This guy here is an excellent crappie fisherman. I've seen him down here for years fishing underneath the bridge. He's tough, guys. He's got it down to a science, you might say. But like I said before, you can watch these guys and watch their techniques and what they're doing in the bank. And you can apply it to when you go out in the boat, and it'll help you. It helps me. That's the reason I go down there and watch them, because they get me back into, you know what I'm saying, where I'm not running 100 miles here, 100 miles there, or, you know what I'm saying. I fish where I'm at. If I know there's fish here, if I'm not getting them, you watch them. They'll churn around, they'll switch around until they finally catch them. And And we got boats. We go out there and we're running all over the place. But a lot of times we're leaving fish, and these guys here will show you how to catch them here, which has helped me anyway. It really did help me in my fishing down here for crappie and bass. I mean,
That's a good one.
the biggest thing I'm telling you,
We'll have to measure that,
the most
baby.
important thing about fishing is patience, 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 and not get in a hurry. Slow down. I watch these guys. They throw it out there, and they're just really slow in their presentation. And I don't care what you're fishing for, it makes a difference. You know, it really makes a difference. And these guys ain't using minis here. They're using the double jig rig underneath the bridge. And you can stop there at Garrett's Tackle, and they'll set you up with that. They'll set you up with the jigs, set you up. Don't use anything heavier than 4. If you do this, don't use anything heavier than 4-pound test line suffix. I really like that suffix line for this because it's a 4-pound test. It's a 4-pound test, but it seems like it's a little stronger than the other lines, and you can feel like fluorocarbon. You can feel it through the rods. Most of these guys got real good rods, you know. So, but yeah, they're catching fish. The gentleman way down there, he went way down there. He's not even around anything, or he's throwing down towards them weeds down there. And I watched him. He's plucking them out down there. He just throwing them kind of angled down towards the lake here, and he'll come along that bank, pull that thing right along the bank, and just real slow. Then he'll twitch it. He'll twitch it just a little bit, and then he'll real slow. When he twitches it, he pulls it up in the air, and when he gets these bite. When he pulls it up in the air, when it's dropping back down, I'll watch him pick up. That's when he catches one. That fish will hit on the drop, and he'll put her in the boat, or not the boat. See, and then they don't have no boat. He'll put it up on the bank. You don't need no boat, guys, if you want to catch fish. Stop in there at Garrett's Tackle. Them guys will set you up with everything you need to fish from the bank with. I was watching a couple of them. They had Mafia rods, which is the 10-footers they was using. Which is really sensitive for what they're doing right there, and it's got a soft tip on it, and I know where they got them at. They got them at the shop area off of Leaf at Garrett's Tackle Shop, But yeah, if you're gonna do this, even if you want to do this, you need to get them Mafia rods because they're sensitive. The 9 and 10-footers are real sensitive. You can feel the bite, because the wind was blowing, I don't know, 20 mile an hour down through there, and I don't know how they would throw it out there and it'd go downstream every once in a while. I seen them get tangled up, and you get 4-pound test suffix tangled up. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to untangle. I mean, a 4-pound test is like a spider web. I mean, it's that thin, but you need that for the bite. Yeah. This old boy says, this is my spot. What are you doing on it? He's pointing out there where he's been catching them all the time. But, that's all in good humor. They're all having a good time, you know what I'm saying? And that's what it's all about. Catching fish and having a good time, He's gonna go down, settle down another place there, and try to get them, But yeah, if you don't have a boat, like I said, you can catch them from the bank. You just stop in there at Garrett's Tackle, and they'll set you up. I mean, Caleb and Richard and Neil and Leaf will set you up. You can just go sit on the bank and enjoy yourself, Whether you're miniing or, like I said, jigging, and a double jig rig. Gosh, he's having fun with them. He's talking a little smack with his buddies there, and they're not paying attention to him because they're dragging in fish.